somebody did a great job. Brother Tapper. I am not always in favor of what he does or how he reports, but here I was 100% happy in the way he handled the latest conspiracy theory on the debate that occurred when Kamala Harris slaughtered Donald Trump. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
See a whistleblower, so it happened, it's disgraceful, it should be a national scandal, but it's one of those things where I'd like to see a little bit more information come in before I actually develop an opinion.
What is the ABC whistleblower that Senator J.D. Vance is weighing in on there? Allow me to tell you. 2 days after the ABC News presidential debate, an anonymous X or Twitter account called Black Insurrectionist leveled an outrageous and unsubstantiated claim that seemed insane on its face that an ABC News whistleblower that somehow this anonymous account knew about was claiming that ABC News gave the Harris campaign sample debate questions in advance and had assured Harris that only Donald Trump, not Harris, would be fact-checked. Crazy. Despite the total lack of any verifiable evidence from this random anonymous Twitter account making this claim, the post racked up millions of views on X. And then it got even worse. Elon Musk spread the claim to his 200 million followers. Donald Trump shared it on his social media. And then in a speech a few days later, he said this.
So I hear she got the questions.
It's not a real person. Senator Ted Cruz, who should know better, given the vile internet rumors Trump pushed about him in 2016, Senator Ted Cruz tweeted about this nonsense. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene took it a step further, writing, quote, "The ABC whistleblower who claimed Kamala Harris was given debate questions ahead of the debate has died in a car crash, according to news reports," unquote. Nearly 5 million views. She later acknowledged that the story about the mysterious death of the whistleblower was false, but she continued to demand an investigation. Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Muser, a Republican, agreed.
We're going to do what we can to bring ABC in and have them answer some questions.
There is no whistleblower. This is all based on a random anonymous claim on the internet, never backed up by any verifiable evidence. ABC News, of course, has denied it all, saying that they followed their own debate rules, which prohibited the sharing of topics or questions with any candidates. This isn't just a coincidence. A few random folks mistakenly, credulously repeating this. This is now a feature of this movement. These are among the leaders of the effort to discredit news media and science and medicine and any expertise. The trajectory is road at this point. A shit poster invents a lie, puts it on social media, and soon the possible next president of the United States is spreading it to millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of people.
Did you see where she did a town hall yesterday and she used a teleprompter?
She didn't use a teleprompter for her town hall. The moderator of the Univision town hall had a teleprompter, not Kamala Harris.
Of the United States.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene just went on Alex Jones, who has spread those horrific lies about school shootings not being real. She went on that show to spread wild stories about voting in this current election just a few days ago.
So when this voter printed their ballot and they looked, it had changed. That's extremely concerning. It sounds similar to what we heard in 2020.
Something's extremely concerning, but it's not the story there. Trump booster Elon Musk has been peddling something similar about voting.
The Dominion voting machines. It is weird that I think they're used in Philadelphia and in Maricopa County, but not in a lot of other places.
They're not used in Philadelphia. And in point of fact, a hand count in Maricopa County, Arizona, after the 2020 election found 0 variances between the hand count and the Dominion tabulation. 0. There are questions that Musk is referring to because election liars keep pushing them. And we know where lies about elections can lead to destruction and death in one of the darkest days in American democracy. Jonathan Swift once said, "Falsehood flies and the truth comes limping after it." He said that in the year 1710. He did not know how much worse it would get. With social media and AI and wildly irresponsible leaders with huge platforms. God, what would Jonathan Swift think today?
But you see, you have to have a gullible group willing to accept the conspiracies. Notice in America today, you see a lot of folks that don't accept the conspiracy, both folks that are progressive and folks that are conservatives, that don't buy into the crap. They are of good minds. Look at Liz Cheney. Look at, and to think that I'm using Liz Cheney, somebody that we consider ultra conservative who share none of our values. But the one thing she shares is she lives on Earth One. She lives in reality. She doesn't live in fantasy. We disagree completely on policy, but she lives in reality. But there are these groups of people that they want to believe. And, I gave a little a piece on KPFT where I used Brother our Patrick Magner's piece that he did about what the people feel in his employment. I used that to tell a story this morning on KPFT. I'll probably play it tomorrow. He called into our show here a couple of days ago, and I used his framing to build a story about why the gullibility of some people, the reason they do that. Why is it that they allow their minds to be infiltrated by these folks? Like we have a few here in our chat that allows it. But look, calling Liz a Democrat. Think about this. How ill-informed or willfully ignorant. And sorry, I know Tom C doesn't like me to say this, but in this case, it is willful ignorance. You have a Liz Cheney that has always voted with conservatives, 90-something%, if not near 100%. All her votes are conservative. All her values are conservative. Don't agree with us. But the one thing we agree with is truth. The one thing we agree with is democracy. The one thing we agree with is that you want to ensure that you don't lie to the American people. Okay? And for that, we have somebody like Eric just saying Liz is a Democrat. Come on. You have to think more nuanced than that. You have to think more intelligently than that. Anybody with her record shouldn't even be placed in the same thing. She came along and she said, I care more about democracy than I care about party. And because Donald Trump is a fascist, as Mike Milley has pointed out, that is what I must do.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.